Ade, did you want to add something before we move on?
Well, I am in full support of get your PVC. You don't get it, you don't enter any, not even a pub. Refuse them entry.
You should do it like the COVID passport, hey?
Yes, because it's about time, right? Nigeria needs to stop saying my vote don't count. I don't care whether it counts, right? If I am in Nigeria, I would do a T-shirt to say obedient, vote for Obi, right? The people you see in APC, PDP, they're the same thing, moving left and right and center between the two parties. Yeah, they're siblings from the same parents, right? Their agenda is the same, their wage is the same, nothing's going to change, right? But we need something different, right? I don't care whether it's Jibo, whether it's Edo, whether it's Obi is a neutral person as far as I'm concerned, right? And even though he might not win, he needs to shake them. So if he comes second, believe me, they will sit right. They will know that as a first, and the momentum must not stop. Another 4 years, we will go again, right? Mandela did not get in one go. Things does not change in places in one election, but continue to push is what we need to do. But they need to make every young person to get PVC, whichever way you can punish them to make sure you must get it, and they must vote.
This is very interesting to hear from you, Ade.
People are tired.
Yeah,
people are tired. I'm tired. I'm tired of sending money to people. I'm tired of bailing people out in Nigeria.
I think Ade is right there. If you're not tired of, look, I'm tired too of carrying people I know and I don't know. You are absolutely right. I've always said diasporans are part of the reason why corruption is still in Nigeria, because we prop our people, we give them money for food and everything. Ade, you're so spot on. And I'll tell you today, I respect Ade for his views today. I'm not saying who I will vote for because I can't vote. So I don't say anything because I can't influence. The little I can do, I'll do. I thought Ade was through and through, and I thought he was an APC man through and through.
I thought he was Tinubu, right? Yeah, I'm surprised he's saying this.
I will make money from if Tinubu enter, but we're tired. I'm not gonna lie.
Thank you for
that.
Thank you.
My uncle have 4 commissioners not in Lagos, right? I will not support people voting for Tinubu, but I know they will capture Lagos. And I've told my uncle, I don't want commission. I want your special assistant to one of your commissioners 2023. I've went to him and I've told him, me and my cousin Abibu are coming. Uncle, Daddy, we're coming back with this 2023. Lagos, we have to step. We're not interested in more money. We need to sweat our Lagos. We go to Lagos Island, the whole place is run down. Rain will fall, Dankara, you can't move. Zaleko, you can't. We're tired. We're tired. I don't care.
Thank you for that.
Whilst you, Ade, I'm just going to pause you there. I know you want to say, so let's just move into the next segment of this debate, which is the politics, okay? So for those of you that are just joining us, this is trash shit, right? Now, we are going to move into the politics of this thing. And we know that the presidential election for Nigeria is coming up in 2023. Now, there are 2 main parties in Nigeria, which is APC and PDP. At the moment, the presidential candidate for APC is Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and the presidential candidate for PDP is Atiku, right? Okay. Now, there is another party which just emerged recently, and it's called the Labour Party. And the candidate for that party is Peter Obi, right? And from what I've been seeing, especially from the youth and the young people, Peter Obi is their preferred candidate. I mean, we're not going to tell anybody on this platform who to vote for. All we're advocating for is for you to get your PVC. Now, Ade, I've heard what you've said just now, and I was very impressed, and at the same time, I was surprised, because I know earlier on in the year, whenever we talked about politics, I know you're a Tinubu man, but now to hear you advocating for another candidate, what has changed? Like, what's going on?
So because we've got a better option. There's a better option. There's no doubt, right? Asiwaju, I know he'll get there. There's a game plan. He's going to play against the Northern, right? I can guarantee that, right? But can he actually give us what will make Nigeria much better without us losing too much? Do you understand, right? We're tired of people inflicting price of projects. We're tired of people giving things to their cronies. We're tired of people putting their children in places. We need round peg in a round hole. Right? Yeah. We don't want people to be people they favor them because I bring you up. No, people you bring up, they already bring them up. Let them go and sit down. Right? We haven't seen what they've done. All the people that you have raised, give me who has done something. All the people they has raised, what have they done for Nigeria? People are talking about is a man of the people. He brings people up. How many people has he brought up? What change changes have they made? Look at all the governors. Give me one. I want to know. Give me one. Anyway, give me one. Give me a senator. Give me a House of Rep member. What have they done? Give me all the other
Jude's guy.
What have they done?
You didn't bring Dino up.
It's not my guy at
all.
all.
Give us all the people that we know the people he's brought up. What are they done? Right?
Nothing.
Even VP. What has VP done in Ikane? What has he done in Ogun State? What has he been able to collect? He couldn't collect nothing. Do you understand? He couldn't collect nothing. So all the people he's brought, what have they, even those who, but what has he brought apart from a solar panel street light in Sulere? What have they brought to the Yoruba land?
Nothing.
So we can't be saying, Asiwaju himself is tired. Believe me, the body is telling.
Physically, yes.
Yeah. Asiwaju can say, this is the person that we can say, younger person, not the one of the corruption. We're not talking about Banikuru or those people. Give us someone and be the father behind that person.
Yeah.
Do you understand? But we're tired. I'm not going to lie to you. We're tired.
Mr.
Nigeria is a state where we've trusted Asiwaju. Asiwaju is told us integrity. We follow Baba. I follow Buhari to today until he goes home to Katsina, to Daura. Do you understand? I know he hasn't performed, but we can't expect him to perform. What's he going to perform anyway? He wasn't performing as a military, was the dad, but I was doing most of the shots. Do you understand? So unless we're fooling ourselves, I'm comfortable here, understand? But I'm tired of carrying people back home. It's exhausting. It's total exhausting. I won't lie to you.
Right. Thank you for that, Ade. Mr. Jags, let me come to you. I know you wanted to say something when I did. What and I know I'm not. What do you think, Mr. Jags? Let me just ask.
The situation in that country right now, if I bring a pen and paper and calculate how much goes from my pocket every month, I don't even do adverts anymore, because the moment I do advert, boom, money transfer. The next thing, I need this money. The doctor said, the tenant, the landlord, every blessed day. I can't put anything together to say, this is how much I've made this month because of people back home. Friends, cousins, uncles, aunties, somebody that went to school together, a WhatsApp group from primary, WhatsApp group from secondary, WhatsApp group from higher institution,
university,
from workplace in Nigeria. It is too much. Now, if we say Tinubu should go there, I will make money. I have a hanging project in Lagos State now, big, massive project that is going to happen in partnership with some people. And I know if Tinubu enters, it will favor me. But that is not enough. That is not what I just want. I'm not going to think about my own stomach alone and then say, oh, we know what we want. We are enjoying it here in London. We enjoy it in America. Look, we don't go to night vigil. We don't fast. We don't say, holy Jah, because the government has answered our prayer. These people, we have more than enough to make Nigeria look better than Dubai. Dubai only just started in 1991. Look at Dubai today, one of the most beautiful countries in the world, if you count 5. We've been to Las Vegas, we've seen it all. Dubai is still beautiful. Why can't we do that? We have enough resources to put Nigeria right. And you're telling me that somebody who has done it before, put his boys there, put his pawns there, tell them what to do. We've gotten where we are now. We still haven't seen nothing. Woolwich DLR to bank was done under 1 year. They went under the water, Thames River, same way like going under the water in Lagos, Marina, to come out in Apapa. They constructed that underground DLR, which terminates at bank in central London in 1 year. They've been doing Badagry to CMS for 10 years now, no results. Are we not tired? We should be tired. And we know that Peter Obi will be better than these people. We all know. Let us not lie to ourselves.
Let's ask Ajike. Is Shade in Lagos too?
No, Ajike is in Lagos. I was going to let Mr. Jagujantix finish, and I'll come to Ajike, and maybe you can.
I'm not Yoruba. I want Yoruba to do it.
I'm not going to give anybody my own political opinion.
No. We don't mean you should tell us who to vote for. Just Anyway, I'll come.
I have no
opinion about anybody there. I have none. I don't feel like voting for any of them.
But I just think I want a younger person who is.
Can I say something? Should I be quiet? That'd be nice.
No, shall I go ahead? I'll speak up.
Right. I'm with Ajike on this situation. My thing is the ones that keep recycling themselves. I don't get it.
The same thing.
I mean, the problem is that I have is if let me say to Yoruba, PVC, so they should get it, right? But because when I was back in Nigeria, I've seen how politics works, and I see how they can just tune the masses that bring, because we have mothers that have nothing to eat. We have people that are not in school. They know how to get these people. If someone can enter and become governor with agbado, corn, and water,
loaf of bread,
and loaves of bread. There's something that is unbelievable. So I'm really happy that I'm hearing about people go and get your PVC, and all that. But with me, it's only a daft person, I'm sorry to say, or a thief only that will vote for BAT or Atiku at this stage that we are in. I don't even know who Obi is, but let another person even get there. Let's see what
I don't know who Obi is. I don't know what he has done.
Okay, I don't know him. I don't really know.
I don't know him.
But I mean, we have all these people that they just feel like they want blood, and they just sacrifice people in churches, in mosques. They do whatever they want. We keep recycling them. They move to this party. Next 6 months, they move back to that party, and everybody just, it's just like we're like clowns. That's how the foreigner sees us. Like, we don't even understand what's happening in our country. So for me, is okay. If we're not allowing the youth to get there, the one that is even trying, let's see what he can do, and let the people use their brain for once, because like everyone is tired of feeding extended families or paying school fees. I'm actually done. And the bad part about it, you can't even post a picture on your WhatsApp without them thinking that you have money. Before you know it, they start sending me, I'm tired of looking and reading, because it's like, I'm exhausted talking about it, because the people that will still collect bread will collect bread. People that will collect $25,000 will collect $25,000 and vote for whoever they want to vote for.
Yuri, before you come in there, Yuri, maybe you can answer this question as well. Can somebody please explain to us how all of a sudden Tinubu was now getting 2,000 something votes, and how that man jumped from 79 to 100? So I don't understand. How did that happen?
The thing about it, like I said,
that one was recounted, Celia. It was recounted. Right. It was recounted.
But sorry, so is it that he just mistook and just 79?
No, it was a recording.
Whether he counted it or not, it was Tinubu that had the highest number of votes.
No, but the thing about it,
it wasn't like
the person.
Even if he miscounted, I understand that, but they made him recount it. It was recounted because
the recording of the camera jumped.
To answer your question, Celia, the person with the deepest pocket won. And that was Tinubu. Whether they overjumped or whether they recounted. Look, you have to understand the power.
So did he give those other people money to step down?
If you know what is good for you as an APC chieftain or as an APC person, you will step down, because you have to understand something. Okay, Boroface. Is it Boroface that wants to face Tinubu? The answer is no. Is it
Boroface?
Is one of the candidates. Is it Tinubu? Boroface. That's what I said. You don't know politics. Is it Dimeji that hopes in future one day to be president of Nigeria that will now be fighting Tinubu? Or is it all of them that have different agendas? Now, what you need to understand is that all these people, Fayemi, Boroface, Amechi, all of them, Amosu, obviously
Banjo too.
No. Look, I've said this, and I may be wrong. Maybe this is me thinking outside the box. I just felt Prof was put there to be like a stooge. For people to think that
I'm with you on that.
Is going to fight Tinubu, come out of here. That guy made. They're playing us, and we don't even know we're being played.
That's what I'm saying. It's like a circus. They just like a chess.
And everybody is saying Las Vegas is good, Dubai is wonderful. That's even too far. Ordinary Ghana, they have electricity 24 hours.
24/7. Cameroon.
Rwanda.
Cameroon there.
No, Rwanda, those ones are far. I'm talking about your neighbor. They have electricity.
Cotonou.
What we need to understand is there are people that will speak to you about Obi and say Obi is not the right candidate. He has his own failures in Anambra. That's fine. But you see, the two that we have consistently failed us.
Failed us.
They
Yeah.
have consistently
over and over again.
Over and over again. And I'm happy that comfortable Nigerians like ourselves are now tired and now say, okay, fine, I know I can make money out of this government, but I'm happy to sacrifice myself. I don't want to make money. It's not as if I can't make money. I'm in an environment where I'm able to make money. But if it's going to help, look, all of us have brains. We have come to this country, we've acquired.
The money you make, you're not going to be comfortable spending it.
We've acquired
blood money, isn't it?
Some of us have businesses in Nigeria that we want to thrive, but the economy is not. They will buy electricity. You will make sure that there's diesel, the security.
How people make money with doing business in Nigeria?
In Nigeria, how? So that our businesses in Nigeria succeed. And the earlier people get hungry, that's when Nigerians will be like, yes, we are now getting to that point. Celia, we are getting to that, but before we care. An ordinary Agbero in Lagos now cares. And these are the people that will vote, not you and I, because they won't allow us to vote. And
exactly.
So the Agberos are now like, yes, they are tired. And when we now get it, you know, that they said there's a Yoruba adage that says when you chase a goat, it gets to a place and it will not talk to you and charge. We are at that place now where we are about to charge. We may not get it in 2023, trust me. We may not get it. Tinubu may actually win. We may not get it, but this is the pivotal time. This is the turning point. We have gotten to that place where our blood is now boiling. Before it wasn't boiling, everybody was crying. There's real hunger in the land. Poor people are ready to sacrifice the rich. We have gotten to that place. And until we get to that place, the rich man is not ready to save a rich man. Everybody's in for their pocket. But when the poor knows that it is me and my destiny, when they offer you corn, you will not collect their corn.
Now, do we think is it possible that Nigerians in diaspora, is it possible that we can vote? Do you think that's ever going to be possible?
Not allow us.
Why wouldn't they? Because
I'll tell you why.
Yeah.
If you don't know the numbers. The numbers of Nigeria, out of Nigeria, are so high, right? If you are to allow them to go to the High Commission to vote, none of that vote is going to the ruling party anytime, any day. PDP or APC, mba. You understand? That number is extremely high, right? That Nigerians will get up in diaspora and go and vote. I can guarantee you that.
Yeah.
You understand? So they have to suppress that number. That number, they don't want to see it. That figure is going to be damaging to them in many ways. They cannot afford to have that figure coming in. No, that counts. From Nigerians outside are more than 10 million or 20 million.
And trust me, we will go with our water, our food, and come.
We will go. We will cook and feed people.
And if you count, you count the total number of people that even voted last election, how many numbers are they? The number that will come from outside will swing the vote straight away. They can't afford to have it. When PDP were there, the PDP didn't allow it. APC is not going to allow it.
So,
they're not going to allow it.
Okay, so can I just ask now, because so now that we have these three parties, APC, PDP, and the Labour Party, and the most popular out of the three is APC and PDP, we all know that. But what if the Labour Party gets the most popular vote? Does that mean they win? Or, I mean, I don't know, how do they?
The thing about it, Celia, if they win, doesn't mean that, unfortunately, he will be able to do much, because obviously the people sitting in the house, as Labour goes,
what I'm saying,
popular votes in Nigeria, votes here. We don't have popular. If you don't win, don't get it.
What you have to understand is that we operate a democracy. So it's not a dictatorial where the president will say, bam, this is what we're doing. He still needs people in the house. He needs House of Rep, House of Parliament. The question is, does Labour have that? The answer is no. So you see how this is even dead on arrival. Because chances that whatever it brings before the house, they will block it.
Yeah.
If the guy actually wants to do something, he would then have to go down the route of actually bribing people. So we're back to square one. So it's not just about presidency alone. Do you understand?
It might just merge with somebody, and that's what I'm actually scared of.
It can't merge because everybody that will close themselves have already, all the arranged marriage have been arranged now. Do you understand? But the problem is, even if he wins, which I don't think is going to happen, how would he, all that he wants to actualize, how would he do it? We still have the cartels. We still have the Gbajabiamilas in the house. We have the Dimeji Bakoles in the house.
Who are they? Who are those people?
These are prominent politicians that still sit on the house. We still have that man that is sitting so brown, Ganjeju, what's his name? We still have them in the house. Thank you.
I think Yori, you've been very spot on with your analysis. Is DOA, but the movement is okay if they can keep up that momentum. It's a marathon. We got 8 months. These guys are going to get tired. All that money that Obi said he didn't steal, he don't have, he will have to dip his hand in his pocket, because that's what moves the machinery of politics in Nigeria. This get your PVC shout here, shout there, get where you go reach or pack up. I'm not hoping for that for them. I hope that this starts a conversation along the line. And should that 2023 election then happen and they declare the person that they don't really want in Nigeria, it might just bring about that big riot and that big wahala like the Arab Spring. Because I know APC is not going to give it to PDP, and PDP will not agree. But what Ade said before, Tinubu is the man to beat. I've been saying this for years. The man is a seasoned politician, is a riveted politician. He's been in the game.
He's too old. He can barely
forget about age. Look at Biden. You guys supported Biden from London.
Yeah, because Biden is still strong physically. Tinubu couldn't even go there.
Somebody told you that Buhari will finish this.
Forget about that. Tinubu has his wits about him. Biden don't even have that. Tinubu can't hold flag. Now flag get to the rule, Niger. It's not about holding flag. Tinubu rightly said it. I'm not going there to farm or play football or carry cement. If I want to carry cement or work for Dangote, it's about the wits here. None of these guys on the playing field today can stand Tinubu, his deep pockets and his political savviness. No one can stand it. But that aside, do I want him to be president of Nigeria? Absolutely not. No. Do I want to be? I don't know. So why are we not talking about Sowore? I've listened to these guys. Obi is just talking about what he didn't do when he was in Anambra. I didn't steal. I paid this. I didn't steal. I didn't work with security. Sowore is the only one who's been able to come out and say, this is how we get Nigeria moving. Yes, I will get the people working. I will build. It's manufacture industries. And Obi is not talking about that. I'm going 3 days to Egypt to learn how they do things. Forget about learning. Sowore is the only one saying these things. And all of these guys know what to do, like Sowore is saying. Well, people are not talking about Sowore because, again, Obi was enjoying PDP.
But Sowore is what party Sowore in, Jude?
Sowore is a man on his own.
Good question. I don't remember that. I don't know the name of the party. APP or something.
No, he's not in all of the parties. Sowore is standing on his own.
But has he come out as a candidate?
Yes, so he's an aspirant now again.
If he comes out
again.
So has he come out now in this election?
Yes. He's won the primaries.
So why are we not hearing about him though? Why is it that Peter Obi has overshadowed him?
Now, because what happened?
Peter Obi, they have abused him today.
Peter Obi is a child of
today.
Peter Obi is not a child of destiny. He's a child of, really, what's that word? A child of misfortune of PDP, because they knew they were going to kick him out of PDP. Yeah. He would have stayed the long game. He ran and he went to a Labour Party that's already been in existence. That's what has made him popular with the people. Because Nigerians like the underdog that's been kicked in the head. So the story is Atiku with his deep pocket and Wike kicked him in the head, which is a bloody lie.
What, Paul Peter Obi?
Yeah, that's why Nigerians love those underdog stories, and they will get tired of it very soon, because when the real politics start, they will know who owns the airwaves. You will not see Obi on the airwaves again. They don't win votes on Twitter, you know that, or Instagram.
Exactly.
Or social media. They win votes on Channels TV and the rest, and Obi will not be on any of them because these men control it.
We can't afford it.
What are we talking about? So Sowore is the one we should be even talking about, discussing, that has policies, that has been talking. I'm not saying is the Messiah, like Yuri pointed out again. The House of Rep is filled up with PDP and APC. Senate House is filled up with them. How are you going to get anything through those guys, those vultures, those dinosaurs? You're not going anywhere. So, Obi, man, let him ginger the people to get sense. But
to answer your question, Celia, the reason you're not hearing about Sowore is exactly what Jude and I have been talking about. Look, it's a marathon. And Sowore does not have the stands to go
at all.
He can't afford it. It doesn't have the modality and the manpower to go about it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Peter Obi was who we thought PDP was gone with.
Once I finish this thing,
and that we thought PDP was going to run with, but obviously They kicked him, and then he went to Labour. Labour is not a new party. Your former governor won under Labour.
Labour.
Yeah. Oshimole came under Labour.
Oshimole came with Labour, isn't there?
Came with Labour. So Labour is not new, but Labour does not have the money. It does not have the infrastructure.
Yes.
So until February 2023, when we know who is actually who. Right now.
Is that the date of the election?
No, we're getting close.
Yeah, I think it's February something.
February, everybody knows where they stand. By then, we will know who the VP for both parties, political parties are going to be, and then we'll know where Obi's money is left. No, you need to understand something. Obi too needs to be very careful, because being in Labour, he will be the one to run the money. Machine. And if he's a sensible person, all the wealth that he has amassed, he can't waste it if he knows he's not going to win. So
he won't do it.
Point where Obi himself will pack up shop.
Yes.
And we're going to be left with these two dingus or these stupid people.
Obi lives an austere life, so he won't be splashing his money on Labour.
Exactly.
That's a fact. So
left with these two. What you know, the sad thing about things is that sometimes, you know, king's men or people that make kings, the moment they want to be king themselves, it becomes a That is what Tinubu's problem is. He could have supported someone younger
or somebody else.
He would not support you, Showore. You know why he wouldn't support? Because Showore is someone that would not listen to you. He dances to his own tune. Tinubu wants someone that would listen and dance to his tune.
Well, you know that Khadija lady we're going to bring on the show, Madam.
Did not get the part. She didn't. It's for SDP. She didn't get the ticket. He didn't get the ticket. So look, politics. I'm a child of politics, especially when it comes to Nigerian politics. In as much as I would say personally, I've benefited from politics. This is the time where everybody and their father needs to know it's not about us anymore.
Yeah, good luck with that, though.
I know. But Jude, we are getting there slowly.
That's exactly why I said I like what you said earlier. We will get there. The story is the narrative is changing, but it won't happen now, like you said. It won't happen in 2023.
That's why I said in 2023, it will still be APC and PDP.
Yeah,
we know who to vote for. Atiku, no. Chances are
Tinubu is our next president.
Tinubu is our next president.
Sad. It's really
now
sad.
What we need to now be mindful of who the VP is going to be, because if he chooses someone from the north, we're back to square one. I'm not predicting he dies in power.
No, it's definitely going to choose from north, because it can't come from.
But do you see
south,
where the issue is?
But why can't it come from the south though? Why not?
Because the president is from the south. You can't do south. It has to be south, north, south.
So now you were saying, it's Emilokon means it's our turn. Egbekini, wa bringis. We have brought it to the south, but are we sure our southern president will stand on his two legs and not die while we're there, and then in that turn?
Fortunately, none of us are gods. We don't know, because people thought Buhari would die on arrival.
Honestly.
Look at Buhari still kicking.
As much as I know that, okay, we didn't reach, but look at Buhari, look at Tinubu. Someone smokes weed.
To me though, if you see Tinubu,
milk, the other drinks whiskey.
If you see Tinubu, who drinks whiskey?
Tinubu drinks whiskey.
That's why it's still strong.
Well, that's what I say. Buhari drinks cow milk. Tinubu smokes weed. Buhari sleeps. Do you see where I'm going with this?
My gosh, it's a good conversation they're having in Nigeria in the political arena, but unfortunately, it's a game of numbers. Throughout that convention, I kept hearing one number: 41 million registered APC card carrying members. That's what they were saying. If they can boast about that, so PDP must have close to that. How many card carrying members do we have in Labour? That's where you start the mathematics. So the DOA. So if APC say we have 41 million card carrying members, they're actually saying these ones will vote for us. So they have 41 million votes on lock.
I hope those so-called card carrying members are real people. Yeah.
It's another story for another day.
Look, the thing about it is that Ondo, Oyo, Ogun, blah blah blah.
It's for him. That's Tinubu. So he's going to share the rest with people.
So then you now start coming down Edo, is it?
Yeah.
That's where the numbers are coming. Do you see where we're up in? When you now get to the north, Tinubu has leverage in the north.
He's got so much power in the north.
Sokoto is solely for Atiku. No one is taking that from him.
Adamawa for him too.
The last election, the one that saw Buhari into office, the vote was about 30 million only. The whole of Nigeria.
Not everybody will come out to vote.
Sorry?
Not everybody will come out. Ajike has already said she won't vote, so not everyone will come out to vote. But yeah, it is what it is.
How long has Buhari been in power? 8 years?
8 years.
Yeah.
It'll be 8 years.
8 failed years. If there's any
8 years next year, right?
Anyway, let's move on to the final segment of this. I mean, we in all of this, with everything that we've said from the issue with religion and all this killing and everything, and then now into the politics. And unfortunately, I thought Peter Obi really stood a chance, but it's looking like he doesn't stand a chance. And that's I have a bit of a heartbreak from that right now. Okay, so what do we think? I mean, do we think that Nigeria, the experiment of Nigeria as a country, what the British came to do when they colonized us and they put people in power that they knew will never be able to work together, which will continue to cause a divide in the country, and we will continue. Because I think in all of these things that's happening in Nigeria, I think the British are benefiting from it, right? But anyway, that one is another story.
They're still raping us today.
Yeah, right? I think that's why they can't really do much. I know they had a debate when that massacre happened in Owo. Well, yeah, it was just lip service. Nothing really happened. Bidemi, let me come to you. Do you, Mr. Jack, let me come to you. Do you think Nigeria as a state, as a country, do you think the experiment has failed? Is there any way forward?
There is no thought there. It's obvious. It's a failed project. I think we should all go our different ways. I used to clamor for one Nigeria. I used to believe so much in one Nigeria, but obviously they proved me wrong. Let everybody go their own way, honestly. And by going their own way, what is your suggestion? What I'm saying is, you see that contract, that amalgamation of Nigeria, all of us coming together, was a contract which has ended long before now, I think 2014 or so. So at this point, the contract Nigeria is void. Let everybody go their way. Let Yoruba go, Hausa go, Igbo go. Let us now try to be independent in our 3 different ways, because these are 3 people who they don't love each other. No. But we are trying to force them together, and we are pretending. You see this, our being in denial. It is long overdue. How long are we going to continue to be in denial? Let us say it out. Let my people go. You too, go and start your own. But obviously, some people will not let go of the eastern part because they've shared the oil rigs among themselves. In the western part, they have untapped oil. Let everybody go and bear their father's sorrow. You know, why are we forcing it on each other? Let us go. You know, it's not working. Why are we deceiving ourselves? That's my point of view. That's my point of view. All right, thank you, Bidemi. Jude, what do you think? Do you think it's failed? And obviously, you know, Nigeria is divided into 3 main languages. Tribes. Thank you. Hausa, Yoruba, and Igbo. So people like those from Edo State, the South. Where do we go in all of this? Are we going with the Igbos? Are we going with the Yorubas? I know we're definitely not going with the Northerners. Jude, where are we? Where are we going to? Where are we going to end?
Historically, we've been linked to the Yorubas. So, Edo is not like a major state. We're only in one part of the Edo state anyway. So I think they will definitely align with the western part of Nigeria. But going our separate ways is not clear-cut, it's not as easy as it is. It's only violence that can bring about that, just like what happened in Sudan and South and North Sudan. It's only violence that can probably bring about it. The reason I say it's not clear-cut, didn't mention Hausas. The Hausas have become minority too in the north now. The Hausas are not the majority there. We just lump them together, but Hausas are separate from Fulanis. Fulanis are the power holders. Hausas have never, I was shocked when I found out that Hausas have never ever ruled Nigeria. We call all of them Hausas. It's always been the Fulanis. Yeah. If you really go deep down, no Hausa man, proper Hausa man has ever ruled that country. It's shocking to find when I found that out. But we all lump them as they're all the same.
So where's Babangida from?
It's from Mina.
They say Kanuri. They explained.
It's Kanuri. So it's from
Fulani. They explained. Atiku is Fulani, but we call all of them Hausas. Yeah, we call them Hausas.
I think his mom or something. I can't remember the story.
So Atiku is Fulani, eh?
I think it was Fulani.
Buhari is Fulani.
So you see where we're coming from. So where do these people go? Because they are marginalized in their place, just as is happening around the country. If Nigeria can do federalism, it will work. Whereby if they elect Obi now as the leader of the Eastern region, just the way they did it, and Atiku as the head of the Northern region, why at Bolaji, is Bolaji Ahmed Tinubu? Is that his name? Bola Ahmed. So Bola Ahmed Tinubu become the head of the Western region. It will work that way, and again the South region as well. And while we have administrative head at the center who then controls foreign and defense matters, it will work that way. Because otherwise, if we say let's break up, no one will allow any region go freely by referendum. It's going to be bare violence, and I really don't like war. War is very bad, you know. They were saying little pockets of violence here and there, and it's all it causes us distress already. War. Those who witness Biafra, if you ever have the time to go dig on YouTube and just watch it, I've actually met people who were in that thing. I met the real Kwashoko children. I met one of them. He's a big chief in this country. It's very prominent.
Was that Biafra war?
Biafra war was between I know the coup was 66, so immediately started after 66. I think it was 67 it started.
1967 to 1970.
Yeah, I think the coup that started it, the Kandina Ozogu coup was 66. So if they tell you what happened in that war, you will hate war. It was the first time they coined the word genocide. It was the first time they coined that word, genocide, was because of Biafra. So we don't want that sort of war anymore because it will be bloody. Because at the moment, man, there's disadvantage. Forget about these ragtag people carrying guns on the street. The might of the federal government still belongs to the central. And who controls the central? For lack of wanting to mention names, these are the people they've been placed in strategic positions. The might of the federal will come against anybody wanting to leave, peacefully or not. Who controls the federal? There's the people we've been calling, but I don't need to mention their names to you. So they're strategically placed.
Now, and Nigeria needs to break. Do you think Tinubu will start killing Igbo people because they want to go?
No. That's exactly what I'm saying. But the might of the federal government is not with Tinubu right now. So Tinubu might do it. Tinubu might allow referendum when he becomes president. But right now, Tinubu cannot call for that because they will just kill him straight up. He won't call for that. I believe Tinubu will surprise a lot of people. But Tinubu cannot just bring out all his eggs from his basket. It cannot be seen supporting Yoruba, what do you call it? Yoruba Nation, the agitator for a nation. He cannot be seen doing that openly. One is a party man. He needs to keep his thing to his chest, otherwise they'll kill him. Although Obasanjo might harbor the agitation for Yoruba Nation, but Obasanjo cannot come out to say it, being a military man and a former head of state. There need to be unifying factors. But who knows when Tinubu becomes president, these guys can openly say, you know what, referendum, let's see if we can go our way peacefully. We don't know. So that's what it is. They have to be smart about it.
Okay. You were going to come in there.
Yeah, the thing about it, the only reason we're asking Nigeria to break is because of what's going on at the moment. Now, I'm going to take you back a bit. You know, this is not the first time that we're dealing with terrorism in Nigeria. When we had the issue with the Metisini, when Obasanjo was there, allegedly, Obasanjo invited all the men in that community from age 5 and above, allegedly, and shot all of them dead.
That was which community?
The Metisini. So they're like the Boko Harams.
So I think I remember a lot of noise and that.
Yeah, that was the last time. And what we heard allegedly is that he said that if you like, bring this up again, I will make sure that your generation is never remembered. And for years, I may be wrong, but that's the gist I heard. For years, we never heard about Boko Haram, Mr. Sini, blah, blah, blah. And that's because, you know, sometimes you meet devil with devil.
It's what I've been saying before.
I'm not advocating for people to be killed. And for years, nobody, you and I, you didn't even hear the story. You don't know anything about Boko Haram. If we have sound governance, nobody will be calling for Nigeria to divide. The only reason they're asking for Nigeria to divide is because of all these pockets.
Because it's not working.
It's not working. If we have governance or government that do the needful, we can coexist. What you need to understand is we cannot afford for Nigeria to break. If it does, we have a situation that we have in Somalia. And trust me, people that have nothing to live for will kill people that have something to live for.
Yeah,
so
it'll be bloodletting.
Yeah, so we need a structure. I won't advocate for Nigeria to break. I love my country in as much as we have so many fractioned. I love my Igbo brothers. I love my Hausa brothers. I love my Yoruba. I grew up in Ilorin. I grew up with the Fulanis. So I've met and I have nice Fulani friends. So the problem is not about what is happening in some areas. It's lack of solid governance.
And also there are agendas. There are agendas.
So for all we need, so that was why initially I wanted Wike to come in.
Exactly. I was just going to say that after following you. I was going to bring Wike's into it.
Wike's madness. Sometimes, like I said,
who is Wike?
Was the governor of River State.
Governor of River State.
Yeah.
So sometimes we need madness to meet madness. We needed Wike. Wike is
now I believe you're a politician.
we needed Wike. If we had a Wike and another person party, that person would challenge Tinubu. They may not win, but we need sometimes one you know what that means. We need to send a child of fire to fire.
To fire.
Yeah.
Thunder to thunder.
I was gonna say that following you. I was gonna say Wike from all the state governors has been the only one I know on record who's chased after terrorists or whatever they call themselves in his own state, the cultists and all. He went after he didn't care whether they came from his village or his bush. So you need that. But Buhari, like I said, he's not seen chasing the Fulanis. Nasser El-Rufai is not saying anything against them. His Fulani brothers, governors, they're not saying it. So you can see these guys cannot touch their people. There's an unwritten and silent code. But people like Wike, they weren't scared. And there's another Southeast governor who did it, who went after the so-called unknown gunman. Is it Umai guy?
The guy from Benue, what's his name? I can't remember
that one went too. Yes, that guy went too against Otom. Otom went against them. Yeah. So you need people like that to meet fire with fire. Somebody to say, where you was talking about is when they killed some military officers and that, was it not Benue? Where they killed the military officers, Obasanjo ransacked and destroyed the whole village. We thought Obasanjo would go to ICC for that.
That was OD.
And he massacred the whole village. I thought he would go to Hague for that, and nothing happened. Sometimes violence is inevitable. You need to use fire for fire. It's simple as ABC.
So it just begs the question. It begs the question why? Because Boko Haram and the likes of it, the herdsmen, they've done so many atrocities in Nigeria. How is it that they haven't been met by fire?
Because their sympathizers are in power.
Is from Fulani. He's a Fulani man. It's from Daura. They have a spoken rule. They look after their own. He wouldn't even label them as terrorists. That's where our problem is.
They do a lot. They do.
They're saying ammunitions that you can buy from the States, but you cannot buy those ammunition unless you tell the United States of America what you want to use it for. When Nigeria wanted to buy the said ammunition, they were like, "What do you need it for?" They were like, "Want to kill? Who do you want to kill?" You don't have a label unless you say we want to
sell it to us.
They won't sell it to us because we don't have a right labeling. We're not calling these people terrorists. So they won't sell it to you because they don't know what the agenda of Nigerian government is. Do you see where the problem is? You cannot be fighting people with Asda drone. No. Yeah. Where military is ill-equipped. They don't have the machinery. They don't have what they need. We've got the money. We can buy. But our president, our dead on arrival, dead president, you know, someone that is constructing, they're asking him, why are you constructing a trail? He said to go and for his family members that are in Niger so that they can. Do you see the stupidity? You're not saying we want to import or export.
And Yuri is not stupid. What the guy is doing is telling you in plain sight, I think the rest of us, sorry for my language, are the ones really being stupid. Because he's not hiding his agenda. He's telling you your family to move about. And he said it in plain sight. But nobody is reacting to this. But they're not hiding it. That's the fun of this whole thing. They're not hiding it, telling you, this is exactly what I'm doing. If you have a problem with it, simple. The man is telling you the truth and believe that because he cannot lie. As a real practicing Muslim, he said he is. He's supporting his people. It's left for us to say, okay, we now see it. You're telling us the truth. Let's do what we have to do. But again, who you blame? It's protecting his own. It's protecting his own.
Just before we round up, let me come to you first, Sade. Do we think in a country like Nigeria, with all the atrocities that has been committed, do we think Muslims and Christians can ever live together in peace like we did before? And do you think the trust is still there between the Christian and the Muslim community?
Wow. I think so. I think we still love each other. We are brothers and sisters, whether we like it or not. It's just that we don't like them. Christians don't like them killing us, you know. And like we said, we have these people. It's not all Muslims. You see, the what did they call them? What did you use again? The crazy ones among
extremists.
them. Extremists. Yeah. Are the ones doing all these things. The only thing that I get upset about is why are the good ones not talking about it? But I think he explained that in the last show we did, or why they would not say anything. So it's just seem unfair. That's all, you know. But I mean, we all have Muslim friends, Muslim family members. We're not going to hate them because of what happened in our war. We will not say they shouldn't come to our houses again. You know, but I mean, it's good once in a while to tell them, can you please speak out? Like I was telling all my friends, can you just say something? If you know, just say something against it. But hey, it's what it is.
Mr. Jabudantic, thanks, Charlotte. Mr. Jabudantic, what do you think? Is the trust
if you claim
still there?
you're a good Muslim, if you claim you're a good Muslim, if you claim you're a good Muslim and you cannot publicly come out and say, no, this is bad, this is not what we stand for, we disown this. If the Muslim Union in Nigeria, Ahmadiyya, Ansarudeen, Nasfat, all of them cannot come out and say, we disown this, we don't recognize them, we don't agree with their agenda, this is not what Islam told us to do. If they can't publicly come out and say that, then they are low-key happy.
So have they done that though? Have they come out to criticize the killing of that young lady?
I haven't seen a video.
I haven't seen anyone.
Only Christians do that. You see Christians saying, we have not told that pastor to do that, or he's doing on his own. Yeah. He's doing it on his own. We did not send him to do this. Only Christians do that. I've not seen, you know, I may be wrong, but I've not seen any video. You know?
Thank you very much for that. Jude, let me come to you. What do you think? Is the trust still there? Because I mean, now I've seen pictures of people going to church and they have a gun. Yeah. So, you know, like, come on, if the trust is still there, why are they carrying a gun? Somebody is in the mosque praying and he has a knife on his trouser. God forbid now that thing chokes him. You know, so is the trust there?
I think with the knife one, I was going to address it earlier. I forgot. That knife one is not for protection. It's part of his culture and his traditions, like the Sikh. The Sikhs here are expected to carry swords. So when I did security at the Olympics, we were advised of this. It's part of their culture and religion. So we never took their knives off them. They were allowed to take knives into the thing. So we don't know what branch of Islam that dude practices. So it might be the branch of Islam that he has to carry it for fairness. So we can't say why he carries out.
But he was the only one carrying it. There were other
again, it could be just one person from his own branch of Islam. So you see what I mean? Yeah, but to answer the question whether Muslims and Christians can live together, this is my answer always. It's always been my answer. First and foremost, we are Nigerians, right? So that's how we should first look at it.
Yeah.
A Nigerian has broken the law. What does the law say? That person should be held responsible. But it's not happening, unfortunately. So before we tag anyone Christian, Muslim, atheist, or what do you call them, the animalistic people from South, before that, the law should hold you first and foremost as a Nigerian. You murdered somebody in broad daylight, you've committed a criminal offense. What does the law say? You face the music. Simple as that. I don't care whether you're Muslim or Christian. So bringing Muslim and Christian into it brings about this whole sentimental kind of reactions to it. And like Jagba said, Mr. Jag said, you had one pastor will come out and say something, the other pastors will disown because they know where their pay packet is coming from. They don't want to stop the bread line.
Yeah.
They don't want to stop the breadcrumbs. That pastor is bold enough because it's not feeding from the same table like them. The others come out and say, no, we're not condemning this. Atiku came out and condemned that with his tweet. Before 2 seconds, he's cancelled it because he knows his own people will go against him and they will kill him on the streets too. Those guys don't fear nothing. I still tell people, if revolution is going to start in Nigeria, the revolution is going to start from that part of the country. The South are they're too laissez-faire to even start revolution. Their own is small thing, they turn out to shoroshoki and start eating amala on the street and they forget about life. But the Northerners, those guys will not drink fura, they will destroy. Go and read history about how the British handed power to them. There is a book that Max Siolun wrote again, what the British did to Nigeria. It will tell you why the British handed power to these guys. They said these guys were able to trek for weeks upon weeks without food, on bare food. They won't even complain. And the British thought, if these guys can do this, these are the ones we need in our army. They started using them to oppress the Southerners.
Yeah,
the British said the Southerners were lazy. It's not stereotypes, so, but these stereotypes then just walked into self-fulfilling prophecies. And the Southerners just fit into their tags that they were lazy, and the Northerners just fit into their tags that they were what do you call them? Heroes and whatever they call them in war, warriors. And they were actually not warriors. That's what the British did to put powers in their hands. So first of all,
to attack Edo as well.
Sorry?
Yeah.
They use them as an excuse to attack Edo as well.
Yes, that's exactly. It's there. The history is there. This is how the British use them. Just because of that simple fact that they don't complain, they can work for weeks, and when they put their mind to something, they will do it. These guys went to the Sultan's Empire or the Emir's palace and said they will burn it down. If the police don't release those miscreants, they're arrested. And I'm pretty sure they released them. That's why your IGP quickly said the guy who did it is now in Niger, because once he says the problem is no longer in our territory, then the problem is gone for real. So the law needs to be stronger than any of these entities, whether NASA, Saudi, and the law needs to be stronger. I don't tolerate when you break the law, whether it's a Deboye, break the law, hold them responsible. Whether it's the Emir, hold them. But our law is too weak to do that. Hence, there will never be peace amongst Nigerians. If they know that if I do this, I'm finished, nobody will do it. It's what puts me and you in check in the United Kingdom. You know that if you're driving 40 in a 20 mile and the camera catches you, you'll get your 3 points, and you'll get 3 points in your and £60 fine or 120. You won't do it. You will think, oh my God, I need my job.
That's true.
You know what I mean? So look, Jesus Christ said, I came to fulfill the law. The law was there for man's purpose. A man came to visit us recently. He drove a powerful BM, and my younger brother was saying, bro, he called me bro. He said, bring drink now, let's this bros drink. And it was a Monday evening. And I looked at my brother, I was like, you're from Nigeria visiting. You want us to bring whiskey out and start drinking on Monday? And the guy got up and said, look, I won't drink. I need my car for my job. I travel with my car. If I start drinking now, I won't be able to drive back home. And once the police holds me, that's my license gone. My source of livelihood is gone. My wife is going to kick me out. You see how the pack of cards start falling from that one offense. That's the fear, the unspoken fear in our hearts here. But it's not in Nigeria.
Nigeria is a lawless country.
Worse, it is a lawless, and the people are lawless too. But to make matters worse, they have a dead wood in Aso Rock who just goes with the attitude like this. Look at him. He was sat at the conference the other day, and he was asking his wife what Pastor Shibajo was saying. He didn't know what, and he was there. The wife had to take time to explain to this boo-boo. That's when I got fed up for the man. Say, this guy's really dead, as they said, because I always respected Buhari. I always respected Buhari. That day, I just thought, oh my God, he's there like he's not there. So that's what emboldened everyone to start being, because they know they won't get caught. Let's come back quickly. I know we'll trash it another day. Look at Burna Boy. I don't know the in and out of the story. You know, I've been one person critical of celebrities. If you want to make Nigeria great, give your police orderlies back to the state. It doesn't belong to you. Now his police orderly shot 2 people. He's flown out of the country. He's saying nonsense on Twitter because he knows no one will touch him. Why? Because you're a useless musician. Who give it? You're just a puppet. You are somebody who paid to entertain us. You are nobody in the society. But yet you can roughshod people. Then why won't a governor do worse? If Honorable Bonaba with some change in his pocket can do that. So the country is lawless, like Sade said. The people are very lawless. Very, very lawless. And you, my sister, you know, if not for the law in this country and the aftermath of the law in this country, you know how we Nigerians don't turn here into now. And still, they still try their best to do it. You know that. We shouldn't hide it. So we can live in peace if we have law that works. As long as we don't have law that works in Nigeria, forget about peace. No amount of praying, fasting, carrying gun will solve it. Trust me.
Very short.
Yuri, over to you. The same question. Do you think is the trust still there between the two religions, or I don't know? How do you think this can be mended before we round up?
The thing about it is that Nigerians, well, Christians and Muslims will continue to coexist. Like in my family, We have a lot of Muslims. Where am I going to?
A lot of my cousins are Muslims as well.
I have a lot of Muslim friends. They have not done anything to me, so I can't just stop because of certain mad people. There's madness in each religion.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's just that unfortunate that Christians are on the receiving end.
Yeah,
we've been on that receiving end for a very long time. Now, most important thing is how best do we move on from this? Most important thing. Number one, get good governance. In this country, do you think they don't do nonsense? Actually, there was time our MPs were using our money to get some properties and blah, 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 blah.
They do.
But things are functioning. You pinch your wall, lights will come out. You open your tap, water is there. Do you get what I'm saying? People go out, as small as your money is, you're able to pay it. That is the expectation. That is the bare minimum any government should be able to offer its citizens. Everything on top of that is added advantage. That's why you don't see people die in churches here, because they'll just go to mass, come home. They don't do all these things that we do. Nigerians, we pray the most. It's a praying society, and the one that even failed them. It's as if God does not even hear us because he knows that we're jokes. These ones, we're not praying, we're just lamenting. So back to your question. Yeah, we can coexist. We have coexisted. We continue to coexist. It's just that we've been infiltrated by idiots who have their own agendas. And the moment we take that agenda away, then we begin to respect ourselves. Like on my street where I grew up in Ilorin, I go to the mosque. I'm not a Muslim. I would fast with my friends. I would do the ablution with them. I didn't understand what I was doing, but I wasn't chasing.
Yeah.
Come Sunday, they follow me to the church. Their parents never pulled them back. And that was because we had mutual respect for each other.
I used to go every Friday because there was food.
I mean, I used to eat fast with them. We'll break.
I used to eat a lot there.
You know the funny thing. And come Christmas, they're at our house. We are sharing, you carry plate on your head, you're sharing food to everyone.
Yeah.
Come Salah, our meat is always big. You will now be receiving pan, box, plate, and things like that. We get back to that. Where, the funny thing, I think my dad is a journalist and he used to travel a lot. And growing up, our property was robbed by armed robbers. And till my dad came back from his trip, all the men on our streets were standing guard on our gates. We were the only Christians, if I can remember very well. Most of them were Muslims. They knew my dad was not in the country and my mom was home with 4 children. And every night, these men would stand guard. They took turns, stood guard at our gates till my dad came back. So we need to return to that point where we had mutual respect for each other, love for each other. It wasn't even about who's Christian, who's Muslim. We were just existing. It didn't matter what religion or who
at all.
And that should be the agenda, not this foolishness that we're doing.
Well, anyway, you've heard it all here. I mean, we can't beat these topics any more than we've already done. I think we've talked about it. We've trashed it to the best of our ability. I think basically what we just want is one Nigeria, really. Bidemi, even though you said we should divide, I also said in our previous video we should divide. But I think what we just really want is for everybody to be able to live in peace and harmony so that people are not going to church and they're scared that they might not make it. And then you're going to church and you're saying, God, forgive me all my sins, because if I go to your house today and I don't come back, let me go into heaven, basically. That's the prayer that some people are praying. And I mean, that's not how it's supposed to be, And for those of us here in diaspora, we want to go home because Christmas and New Year is interesting. We want to go home. We want to go and enjoy, but we can't even do that because we know that we might not come back. It's the whole thing is really tiring. And I just pray that whoever gets into office in 2023 is one that can bring security to Nigeria, because that's one of the main things. Because when there's security, people will come home and invest. People will come home and do a lot of things. Somebody can come home and tie their whole streets. People have done it before. So
you don't need somebody to come from abroad.
I'm just saying, because I've seen
from scratch.
I've seen instances where somebody will come home from abroad and he will just tar the whole street. This was years ago, because the street is bad, and he's like, let's tar it. And even, that's because he's not afraid that later on things are going to come to his house and say, oh, you get money to take tar road. Oh yeah. Do you understand? So I don't know, man. Nigeria, God, I just pray that you know, the most important thing is we all need to go and get our PVCs, you know, and let's vote for the right person. Do not sell your vote for a loaf of bread. I don't know why Tinubu put his face on a loaf of bloody bread. Why?
He didn't do that.
Why
He didn't do that.
It's probably not Tinubu.
It's people that want to collect contracts.
Wasn't it? It was Tinubu. His face.
It wasn't Tinubu. No. It's just like
you. Doesn't have to be him.
But he should not be endorsing things like that. He should come out and say, "Don't do that."
Yeah, that's fact. But he won't.
Be wishful thinking. Is it like you running for something now and then I'll now go and collect coconut and start sharing?
But Yuri explained the significance of bread to Celia. In the Yoruba land, ewa going with bread. Am I lying? They're like twins. So
I know, but are you gonna eat that for the next 4 years?
You see his face.
But this is the problem. What me and Ajike was saying. People are hungry.
So when you finish that loaf of bread, where are you going to get the next one?
That symbolizes a lot. You get another one.
They're just thinking about that moment.
At that moment, they're hungry.
It's the hunger pangs.
It's the hunger at that moment. At least they have something in their stomach to beg for another one.
And you know what? The people that give them all this bread and money are actually their children, their cousins, their nephews. So it's like, Mama, come and queue up.
Yes,
so how?
Yes, so.
When they know that maybe in 4 years' time, she will come and threaten them and say, she better ask you to vote. This is
difficult.
like
You're right.
Emotional blackmailing.
And
these are elderly women, market women that they hardly make $5,000 in a day. We know how much $5,000 is in pounds or dollars now. So these women will do that. They will promise them, don't worry, I'll give you a shop. Just come, get all your friends. You know, Mama too wants money. They'll give Mama like 100K. Mama will share 30,000 to all her friends and pocket the rest because she doesn't know when she will get kind of free money.
Yes, no.
So people are really hungry. Yeah, so I know, but the educated ones are really not there, and the ones that are even there cannot even find a decent job.
The educated,
they are Uber drivers. They are security guards. Sometimes you find that someone will tell you he's a master holder, and it doesn't have any job.
Even the educated ones are selling their votes.
That's what I'm saying.
It's about the bottom dollar now.
So it's God that can touch everyone and let them just do the right thing, you know. And I'm praying that whoever is the next president will just be God's anointed. I don't care if he's a Muslim or a Christian. I just want someone that has the fear of God and know what is good for the people, because the suffering is really the margin is so high and so low. Like, there's no, in my dad days, there's something called average family. You know, we're not rich, but we're average, and we could go travel abroad and do a lot of things. But now there's no average anymore. No. You're either very poor, dead poor, or very rich.
Yeah. And I hope that the people that have taken the time to go to these PVC stations to get their PVCs, I hope that their votes do count. And on the day when these votes are being counted, that they're counted properly. Because I don't know, I was watching a video where in one of these northern states where they lined all these women up, they were counting them, and then they go back to the line. It was like a boomerang. It was never ending. These same women were coming. Anyway, I think we've done enough. I don't know what else to say, but thank you so much for joining us on this. We've said everything we have to say. Please just use your mind and don't use your hungry stomach, because that stomach, after the day of the election, these people will drop you like hot potato. Period. You have eaten that loaf of bread and that beans, and that's the end. Think of the future. Think of your children's generation. Don't think about yourself and your stomach. On that note, we're going to end it. Thank you so much for joining us, and we'll see you same time next week. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.